Hey guys, it's Kimise. I'm back for the vlog. Today is, well, it's a November 6th is this particular entry, and I cannot wait to tell you everything that's been going on. If this is new to you, I do a vlog about once a week. I try every once in a while I miss a week, but I try to do it every week just to give you guys updates on what's been going on, what my plans are, give you a little bit of insight into the workings of my mind. Yes, and I love sharing this time for you, so thank you for logging in. First off, let's always start off with saying thanks to some of the new subs this week. Javier Braceno, The True Legend, Geometry Dash Covington. Thank you guys for subbing, and thanks everybody who I don't know the name. There are so many new subs, and I don't know your names because YouTube doesn't tell me every sub name. But I want to say thank you guys because we really jumped up quite a bit. I think we had, well, I mean, we're all over 880 subs. We're getting close to 900. In fact, if things keep progressing the way it's going, we might be at 1,000 by the end of the year, and that'd be huge. And that's because you guys are subbing to the channel, and so we're getting more views, and it's fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. You know, and I also want to say, if you're liking the videos, don't forget to hit that like button. All these little things you guys do are great. But even more than all that's been the comments. Guys, the comments on the videos this week have just been absolutely fantastic. I respond to every comment. I've had some great conversations, anywhere from, you know, what type of anime do I watch? Because I have watched anime over the years. In fact, I would say as for an American, I'm kind of OG anime. I've watched more anime than a lot of you young guys have seen. Growing up, you know, anime was just hitting the shores and just hitting TV when I was a kid. So I've been watching it for a long time. But anyways, the conversations have been great, talking about dual school wizards and what to do, especially with Mojang, with King's Island, some of the changes that they're making. And of course, I have some suggestions for those changes. If you watch the videos, you probably know where I'm going at. But let's just jump straight into King's Isle. So King's Isle is just teasing that we got test drums that's going to be coming up, which means we're going to see Novus pop up, which means the myth walkthrough will be back because we got to take our myth guy through the world. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope you guys are too. Not to mention we're going to continue on with our dual school walkthrough, which I have been loving, guys. If you haven't been watching that, I hope you guys go ahead and check it out. And here are my thoughts on Novus. I mean, obviously we're seeing a lot of crazy creatures like flowers with big teeth bouncing around. You know, the new teaser had all these different doors and everything. And plus, you know, a picture of our wizard's counterpart in that whole wizard outfit and everything. So what's it going to be about? I don't know, but it's going to be a brand new world. And I think what's going to be interesting is there was this one art that's been out which shows leaders from all the different main explorer nations above this around the spiral, like Marleybone and Polaris and oh, who else was in that picture? Oh yeah, the Monquistans were in that picture, and gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the other group that I saw, but they're the four nations that had been like warring and moving around the spiral. They're all like at this big area. I guess it's going to be kind of like a New World thing where they're going to go in there and try to partition out the New World as explorers. I think we're going to see that in Novus, so I'm kind of stoked. It could be a pretty cool storyline. So very, very much looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. And you know, I'm just going to say this out. I doubt if anybody knows it, but King's Isle, they need to do that gear audit, and they need to fix the gear. Yep, they need to fix the gear, at least in the first 3 worlds, and they need to do a gear audit on everything because it needs to be balanced. It's so unbalanced, and I think one of the best parts about an MMO is being able to make tons of different builds and have from a variety of different sources, you know, and be competitive with those different builds and stuff, and not all of it be pay to win. You know, and I do believe that it's not pay to win. You know, I don't think King's Isle has made a pay to win game, even though subscribing is the main focus of it. But you don't have to have a competitive wizard. You know, you don't have to have crowns and crown gear to do all that. Although there's some cool crown gear out there that's useful, you don't need it. You know. And I want them, and if they're really going to start going into this dual school mentality, it looks like with the new pips and everything, there's going to be new ways to customize your decks with spells and everything. And I'm super excited about that, but they've really got to do a gear audit. They really got to get the gear figured out. You know, look at my last 3 video, or my 3 videos are coming up. I talk a little bit about this, especially when we find the dual school gear in Mushu and start comparing it just with Fire and Storm. Yeah, it's not. It's I'm wrong. I'm just flat out say that it's messed up, and they need to go in there and they need to figure it out because it would make the game so much better, make dual schooling so much more fun, and more worth it, and would make us give us so many more builds with our wizards. But anyways, I'll leave that there. That's just my thought on that. Minecraft. Yes, I'm sorry I did not get a video out this week. It was a rough week, and rough, challenging, lots of things going on. You name it, guys. It was a week. And I want to say thanks for your patience on this. I should be getting a video out pretty soon. I'm doing a lot of grinding for resources right now because the last couple things I built took up most of the resources I saved up for it. So new Minecraft video, hopefully at the end of this next week. And I got some great ideas and builds that I've been working on, but I'm grinding for resources right now. So hopefully I'll be able to come back in with some new stuff pretty soon. Let's see here. Okay, so what do I want to talk about this week? Well, the topic that I want to kind of speak on is being a learner. You know, like I said, this last week I had an evaluation. I also did what we call educational rounds, where a whole bunch of us teachers from my campus went to another campus in the district, and we really examined how the students were learning and what they were doing and how they were responding to it. And it really taught me a lot on how I could improve my classroom. And that's really what the rounds are designed to do. So I had a lot of things I'd never done before because the new district that I'm at does a lot of things differently. And I'm pretty excited about it. The rounds really taught me a really great way to look at the types of things that they value in this district, which is us growing as educators and the students really learning stuff. So I thought that was really good. I had my first evaluation, which was really, really positive. I got a lot of encouragement about the things that I'm doing. I'm really starting to feel home in the new district that I'm at. It's been a rough couple of months because of all the change and the fact that I'm teaching 2 new subjects I've never taught before. But this week really helped to make me feel more comfortable and more welcomed, I guess. And they've been doing a great job of that, even though there's been so much change and so many different things I've had to kind of wrangle my head around because of the way they do things. But the evaluation went good, and the rounds were really good. And one of the reasons I'm actually recording this video a day early, I usually record the day of and get it out and everything, is because I'm going to be off at a training conference with them. And that's why I want to talk about learning a little bit is, you know, a lot of people, when you go to these things, you know, they're going just to get out, you know, and that's one way you can look at professional development. You know, as a teacher, the law requires us to get so many hours of professional development every year, training so that we can get better at our jobs, so that we can use the latest research to help us become more effective educators and everything. And there's 2 ways you can look at this, because I have teacher friends that look at this in both ways. You can look at this as like, oh, I have to go do this. So I go do this, I sit there, and I can just, you know, not pay attention and get through it, and I got my hours. That's one way you could look at it. In fact, I got lots of students that are doing that. Wherever a junior, wherever a senior, and you're just ready to get out, and you just had to go to that class, so you sat there and tried to sleep or ignore it, and hopefully got passed so you can go out. Well, you know, like I said, I got students like that, and you know, I know teachers like that when they go to professional trainings. They're just zoned out. I mean, they just don't want. And I'll tell you, one of the things I think that's helped me become a better person and better at what I do is I never go into those places thinking that it's a waste of time, or thinking that I'm taking a class that's a waste of time, or that I'm doing generally is a waste of time. There's always something valuable that you can get out of a situation. And I think that's my piece of my thought for the day is, as I'm getting ready to go to this conference, and you know, there's parts of it I'm thinking like, am I really going to get a whole lot out of it? I don't know. What I do know is I'm going to go in there with the attitude is I'm going to find something that's going to make my classroom a better place. And that's how I like to approach my trainings. That's how I like to train. I look at the stuff I'm going to train on, or I'm going to teach somebody, and I say, is this something that they can get something positive out of this? Like whether it's teaching, whether it's sharing with other educators stuff that I do that's successful, or whether it's showing you guys things that I find in like in Wizard 101 that I think is useful information that I didn't know when I played for years. You know, I try to share stuff that's going to help you out, and not a whole lot of stuff at the time, just enough so that you can advance a little bit, because this is what I've learned. One of the things I've learned over the years is that you can't change a whole lot of things and expect it to go well. You just can't, you know? Most of the time, you can only focus on one, maybe two things, and effectively evaluate those one or two things and see how you can really make it better, or if it's even doing anything at all. And that's one of my strengths, is I can spot a thing and say, okay, this is going to add value. You know, let's go ahead and add this to my classroom. Like, for instance, goal setting with my students, okay? How am I going to do it? How can I keep up with it? How can we look at it every week? How can we check it off to make sure that the students are getting something out of it? Because I hate giving busy work. I hate giving something to the student and them thinking, this is a waste of my time. Because honestly, you know, nobody has time for that. So I like to go into places, and that's what I'm doing. When I go to this conference, I'm going in with, what can I get out of it? What can I take back to my classroom that I can implement that's going to make me a better educator, somebody who's going to make a classroom more interesting and more engaging for my students? Always be learning. I guess that's my method, guys. Don't ever go into something, think you're not going to learn anything, think you're not going to get anything out of it, because if that's the attitude, you're probably right, you won't. But if you go in there thinking, I'm going to find something that's going to help me out, I bet you'll find that something. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I hope you guys have a great week. New videos already recorded all this week. I hope you enjoy them. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you guys have a great day. This is Kimise. Catch you later. Bye-bye.